Hello. I am really bored and one second. What do you don't eat that. No. Thank you. Hi. You gonna give it to me? No. She's such a brat. I'm really bored and so I decided to make a video about all my body modifications, if that's what you want to call them. My piercings, my tattoos. Talk about some future ones maybe. So here we go. I believe I have either like 24 or 25 piercings. I don't wear all of them all the time. Like all my earrings, I don't really wear them all because it's a pain in the ass to like sleep with them in, like take them in and out every night because they stab you when you lay on them. But I have my ears pierced. Well, there's none in this one either. I have them done all the way up on both sides, like all the way up. And on this side, I have my tragus pierced. I don't really know if you can see it, but yeah, that. And I have my rook pierced. It's this part in here, like, yeah, like that. And I have my ears stretched to 9/16. I'm going bigger. They're actually, I don't think the hole is 9/16 right now because I've been working my way up to 5/8, so I'll take it out for a second. So I have, oh, my screen went dark, tape on them, and I know you're not really supposed to do it with silicone plugs because it probably doesn't work like really as good and they're dangerous or some shit like that, but I was too lazy to go buy metal plugs to tape and shit. But you can't really see it. I can like pull it off. I have them taped because I'm working my way up to 5/8 right now. So they don't really look normal. This is my whole my stretched ear. I can like fit my pinky in it. I don't. Fun fact, I guess. But they're both like that. I don't know how much longer it's gonna take for me to get to 5/8. And I guess I really won't until I go buy 5/8 plugs and fit them in. I've wrapped them quite a few times, so I'm not really sure. But yeah. I have both sides of my nose pierced. And this is like my favorite because I don't come across many people that have it. And I mean, I've watched other videos. Other people obviously have both sides, but it's not the most common thing because a lot of people either get one or the other, or they get their septum done, or blah blah blah, whatever. But so I have those two. And I don't keep regular nose rings in them because I don't like it. So I know most nose gauges are not gauges, but like the size of the nose rings, the like regular weird twisty ones, are like what? They're pretty much the size of regular like earrings, right? So like 22 or something. I stretched my nose to a 16, both sides, so that I could just put Libre ones in it, just like the one I have in my lip. It's just like the ones with the flat back, and I'm not going to show you the inside of my nose, but if you know what ones I'm talking about, like the one with the flat back like that, they're lip rings in my nose because they're more noticeable, and I like that. And they're just, I don't like the way that regular nose rings look because I feel like they're barely noticeable. and they fall out too much. If you're wiping your face after you get out of the shower, they get caught in the towel and they just like pull out. And these ones, it's just like, I don't know, I just like them. So, yeah. And then I have my left labret, whatever, everyone calls it something different. I don't usually refer to it as anything, I just call it a lip ring. But she's putting something in the camera, sorry. But yeah, I have that. It's the left side of my lip. And don't touch. No. Yeah. That is a 16 gauge. I usually have a hoop in it with like 2 balls, but for work I just keep the small one in it. I have my tongue pierced. That's a 14 gauge. I just think that's like standard tongue ring size, same as a belly button ring. That, and I have the top and the bottom of my belly button ring pierced, and I don't wear the bottom one. I used to keep both in like all the time, and I don't anymore because I had a baby. And the bottom one like stretched. The top one's still just fine, but the bottom one just got messed up, and now the hole is like, the way the skin is, it's like smaller than the barbell would be for the bottom. So, I mean, it looks okay if I put a 16 gauge curved barbell in it, like the one I have in my Rook, but I don't know, I just don't even bother. But ignore my stomach, like I said, I had baby, but my zipper down, of course it is, ignore that. Yeah, I just have the top and then the bottom. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's just weird, so I don't bother putting anything in it. She wants to say hi. You say hello? Look at your crazy hair. Can you say hi? Say hi. You're so silly. Yeah, silly. Can you give me a kiss? Thank you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. She's such a faker, though. Tattoos. You wanna play? Play with this. Oh, look. Look at your milk. It's right here. Tattoos. I have 4 tattoos. They're all, I know 2 of them I'm getting covered up. All the tattoos I have, I got when I was 16, and all of them are unprofessional. All of them are unprofessional. They're all, like, my friend did them at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so we were bored, and it just kind of happened. So, I have this one on my forearm, on my right forearm, and it's an Ankh, and it has the Eye of Horus in the background, and it says Carpe Noctem in these banners. And I know it looks like really crappy, but like I said, I was 16 and they're not professional at all in any way, shape, or form. So this symbol will always be really important to me. It's just like some stuff I got really into. And I don't really feel the need to justify my tattoos or explain what they all mean, but it just has like a special meaning to me. It goes along with the actual meaning and blah blah blah. But Carpe Noctem, I guess I'll just say this much, it's Latin for seize the night. You know, same thing as Carpe Diem, seize the day, except opposite. I have this is crappy. This one's more recent. I don't want to say recent, but it's also crappy, like not professional at all. It was just some flowers that I liked. I thought they were pretty, so I did them. They don't have color or anything. They're just kind of crappy. So those two are the ones that are definitely getting covered up. I don't know about the other two, but these two are definitely getting covered up. It's just gonna go into my sleeve. Don't touch that, baby. And yeah, up here, no touching. Up here, I have a pentagram. It looks like it's upside down. That was the original plan, but then if I go like this, it's like right side up, and that just goes along with my personal, or touch it anyway, my personal religious beliefs, and that this one I'm keeping. This one's gonna go, there are already plans for it in my sleeve and whatnot. So, and then I have a frog, and I know that's upside down on my foot, and it's a poison dart frog, and it's black, like the base color is black, and the colors that are in it are red, yellow, and green. And there's a whole plan behind that one too, so that one's staying. I feel like this is gonna be a really short video, so I will tell you guys. Sorry, I was postponing my computer to restart. I'll talk about the pain levels, just so that this isn't like a 2-second video. But stretching my ears. I've stretched my ears 3 different times. The first time I was 15. My ears have never been stretched to anything less than a 2 gauge. And I know it's really dangerous, and it's not how you're supposed to do it. Like I said, I was 15. I just took a 2 gauge taper from a regular earring hole and shoved them through my ears. Like, I wanted gauges so bad. And I didn't want to do that, like, fucking little itty bitty tiny gauge or taper, whatever you want to call them. Because I know people get mad when people call these gauges, when the gauge is like the size, it's not what they're actually called, or blah blah blah, whatever. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you want to call something something, call it something. But the first time, it hurt. The first time I did it, it was more like a pressure when I went straight to the 2 gauge. But I don't really remember why I took them out. It wasn't because they were infected or anything. I think my parents didn't like them or some stupid shit like that. But so I had to take those out. And then I was 16. I redid them again because I was like, you know what? I don't even care what they think. I want to stretch my ears. I'm going to do it. I'm 16. No one's going to tell me what to do. You know, big badass 16-year-old. So I went back to a 2 gauge. That time, same thing, only it hurt worse that time. It didn't hurt a lot worse, but it hurt worse, and it was more like stinging and more pressure and stuff like that. And so I kept stretching from there. Going from that second time I stretched my ears, going from 2 to a 0 was the worst pain I've ever felt stretching my ears. Well, up until the 3rd time I did it. The worst pain at that point that I ever had stretching my ears with the whole, like, 2nd time I stretched them. It just hurt so bad. There was so much stinging and pressure, and I just couldn't deal with it. It hurt so bad until they finally, like, healed and they didn't hurt anymore. And then after that, I went to 00. Didn't feel that at all. From 00, I went to 7/16. Didn't feel it at all. Didn't hurt. And then I went to 1/2 inch. Kind of. It hurt for like 5 seconds. And then it was done. It wasn't a big deal. From 1/2 inch that time, I went to 5/8. I skipped 9/16. I didn't even know 9/16 existed at that point. But I went straight to 5/8. I didn't use tapers or anything. I just like forced the 5/8 plugs in my ears. It hurt so bad for like a really long time until they finally healed. And I stuck with that And then blah blah blah, I got pregnant, and when you go into the hospital to have a baby, I don't know if it's every hospital, but the hospital I went to, they make you take out all your piercings, and you can't wear jewelry and all this other stuff. So I took them out. They shrunk while I was in the hospital. They shrunk back down to a 0. So that would bring me to the third time I had to stretch my ears. 0 to 00 didn't really hurt, like, at all, really. Going from 00 to 7/16 killed the third time I was stretching my ears. It was the worst pain. Out of the first time, second time, and third time, worst. I hated it. It hurt for so long. I couldn't sleep on them for like 3 months. It just hurt so bad. And I think it might be because the scar tissue I had from shrinking and then like redoing it so many times. But it hurt so bad. And then from 7/16 I went to a 1/2 inch. Didn't hurt at all. 1/2 inch went to 9/16. Didn't hurt at all. And I didn't use tapers. Last time I used tapers was the third time I was stretching them when I went to 7/16, and I think that's also why it might have hurt so bad. But that from there, I put silicone plugs in, but my ears were really loose when I was at a 1/2 inch. I mean, like from the 7/16, I just went right ahead and put the 1/2 inch tunnels in. Didn't hurt at all because my ears were loose, and then my ears got looser with the 1/2 inches in. And I got it wasn't long ago. I think it was maybe 2.5 weeks ago. I bought these 9/16 silicone plugs, and I know you're not supposed to use silicone to stretch your ears, but I did it anyways, and I don't really think there was any stretching involved because I just kind of put them in. They didn't hurt, they just kind of fit. So then a few nights ago is when I started doing the Teflon tape, and that's where I am now. And maybe I'm like halfway to 5/8 from 9/16. I don't really know.
Clap, clap, clap.
But yeah, that was the pain on that.
And clap, clap, clap.
Thank you. The nose rings. This side I did myself. I did my left. Really? I did my left side myself, and I got the right side professionally done. And the right side, by far, hurt so much worse than doing the left side by myself. Like, I almost cried when I got this side done. It hurt so bad. It was a 16 gauge needle. That's kind of like typical piercing size for a nose ring. I don't really think they pierce with anything less than that. But, yeah. That hurt really, really bad. And I got that when I was also 15, I think. This side of my nose was really stupid. I did it with a safety pin, and then I had an earring in it, and then I put this in it, and it's been fine. And that was like years and years ago. But did it myself, didn't hurt at all. This, maybe the worst pain I've ever felt getting a piercing. Was the nose piercing I got professionally done. Lip, I did myself in a school bathroom. I don't really advise anyone to do that, but it's what I did. 1 second. It's what I did. So, I put the needle through. It wasn't like a professional piercing needle or anything. It was just, yeah, I put it through, put this in, it was fine. It hurt, I don't know what I would call it. Maybe like a 3 out of 10, or out of like 15. It didn't really hurt at all. It didn't get swollen, I don't know, maybe I just got lucky. It was just like done like that. My tragus, didn't hurt. It just felt like if you take your tragus in between your fingers and you just squeeze it, it was really just a pressure. There was no pain involved. It didn't suck to sleep on or anything like that. The only part that sucked to sleep on about it is because when they pierce it, they do it with a captive hoop. So that's the only part that sucked about that. It didn't really hurt. My rook, this one up in here, second worst piercing pain. I got that when I was 13 because I got that and my belly button done the same day. Hurt so bad, so bad. It was pressure and pain, so that made it worse. It wasn't just a pinch. It was really, really bad. It fucking hurt. My tongue ring, I got on my 17th birthday. No, 10 days before my 17th birthday. I don't know why I remember that exactly, but I do. Yeah. But it's like right in the middle, kinda. And it didn't really hurt. It went really, really quick. I didn't even feel it. I didn't. And I mean, I drooled a lot because who doesn't when you have to hold your tongue out like that? But he did it, put the thing in, it was good. The shittiest part was the swelling for the next 4 days when your tongue is like this big. You can't really eat, you just can't do anything with your mouth. You can't stick your tongue out. You're not supposed to. You have to use mouthwash every 3 seconds. It was just really, the swelling was really crappy, and that was the only bad part about it. My belly button. Ow, you're not supposed to pinch. Didn't feel it. Oh, that was like, boom, done. Didn't hurt at all. You want to be up? Okay. The bottom of my belly button, I did myself. Didn't really hurt. It was, it didn't really hurt that much. It definitely hurt worse than the top because I didn't really feel the top, like at all. But, the cat's sit in the window, so she loves it up there. There's no kitty up there right now, baby. But yeah, that didn't hurt, but it kind of hurt, but it didn't really hurt that much. So, yeah. There are other piercings that I had that I can give you pain levels on. I did have an industrial bar in this ear, which was kind of awkward with my rook right there, but I chose to put it in this ear for some reason, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I do have a scar right there from it. It was like, normal. It got ripped out of the top, so I just, like, the cartilage part got ripped out. I don't really remember exactly how, but piercing that one, it was pretty suckish. It stung. There wasn't much pressure. It just stung really bad. Yeah. And I had my helix. I think that's what it's called. Maybe I'm thinking of something completely different, but up here I had like the inner part in here, kinda, but like the outside, if you know what I'm talking about, like right here, the curvy part. I had that pierced. It was just as suckish as the industrial because it just stung a lot, and my hair's all sorts of messed up right now. Yeah, I had my arm pierced, and you're probably not gonna be able to see it, the dots, but I had my arm pierced. Don't ask, long story. It's just something I did. I think I was almost 16. I was 15. I was 15 when I got a majority of them. 15, 16. But yeah, it hurt a little bit. I don't want to say it was the worst thing ever. It just kinda, it was more of a sore than anything. It didn't sting, it wasn't like pressure, it was just really, really sore for a while. And then that was fine, but I took that out. I don't wear it anymore. It gets in the way. Like, if you're doing something that involves your arms, and like if you hit it on something, it hurts. It's just, it was in the way and I didn't want it anymore, so I took that out. That's, yeah, that's all the piercings I had. You can't beat anyone knows that. But yeah, that's about it. I guess that's it. That's all my piercings and tattoos. Oh, tattoo pain. I'll go over that real quick. Forearm, don't feel it. Don't feel it at all. Did not feel any of it. Like, I was watching it happen. It's like, I don't feel anything. Up here, definitely worse. It didn't hurt that bad. Like, maybe a little bit. Until he got to the back here part and like the sensitive skin part, and then it really, really hurt really bad. Right here, up here, not that bad. Down on my wrist down here, like the bottom half of it, really, really bad. And my foot the whole time was just like excruciating pain. It's right on the bone. It was just terrible, horrible, worst pain ever. Not worst pain ever, but it was like definitely the worst out of all the tattoos and piercings. But that's it for this video. Yeah, that's it. So have a good day or night or whenever you're watching this, if you're watching this, I don't know. But bye.